Hey y'all, it's Janine, and I'm sure you have all seen on the news that there is a hurricane headed towards the state that I live in. Um, just keep your prayers going for us that everything turns out okay and there's minimal damage and harm done as a result of this. But on the flip side, it did give me an idea for a manicure. Um, anyway, it's just going to be some grays and blues and a little white in this marble design, just kind of simulating the swirl of a storm. I started by painting my nails with one coat of Zoya and Dove, and just to give it a nice base color. And the more colors that I'm warbling with, Zoya and Noel, Sally Hansen Extreme Wear and Gunmetal, Wet and Wild in Raincheck, which I thought was pretty appropriate considering. And then another Sally Hansen Extreme Wear in White On. And I can't lie, this is a little bit messy. It's not really difficult, but it does make a little bit of a mess because you have to use quite a bit of polish in order to be able to marble. And I'm also going to be using the dotting tool that has the marbling into it. Uh, anyway, so I start with the Zoya and Noel and just put a big drop of it, towards the centerish part of my nail. And then take some of the gunmetal and just kind of glob it on around that. Going pretty much from the darkest to the lighter colors, but when they're all swirled, they're not gonna stay put exactly. And then some of the Raincheck, and now a little bit of the white on. And then just quite simply take the marbling tool and just start swirling them around. And I do it lightly because if you press too hard, you go all the way to the nail and it just leaves a space, a gap in the polish. So we're just moving it around, making sure it gets all the way to the outside edges of the nail. And just try to make that swirl design that kind of simulates the rotation of the hurricane. And bring it in. I say this is very simple, but it is quite messy. But the end result is so pretty. And I'm just making sure I've got the polish all the way to the tip of the nail. And then I take the other end of that same tool and just try to clean up a little bit around my cuticles because I help with the cleanup a little bit if the polish isn't quite so thick around the cuticle. And I'll show you one more nail, the Noel. And the gunmetal. The Raincheck. And the white on. And again, just start swirling, just moving the polish to the outside edges of the nail. Making that circular pattern. It turned out really good. And again, I'm just going to try and pick up some of the polish from around the outside edge. And now this is going to take a while to dry. It is going to take probably an hour or more to really thoroughly dry. Um, it'll be dry to the touch, within a few minutes, but it'll still be somewhat soft. So you're going to want to do this manicure when you have plenty of time to just kick back and watch a little TV or read a magazine. Anyway, I'm finished doing the last two nails, and when I come back, I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I've given the polish a little bit of time to dry, and this is what it's looking like so far. Um, and of course, every storm has some rain, and hurricanes sometimes they even have a little hail. So we got to add a little bit of sparkly to the design. Because if you watched any of my videos, you know that I love things that are sparkly and shiny. This is Pure Ice, and the name of this one is Don't You Wish, and it's just got some really great, really fine, small milled particles in it, glitters, and they're just kind of rainbow. So I'm just going to do one light coat. Like I said, just to add a little rain to the hurricane, maybe even just a little bit of hail. Give it just a little sparkle and a little shine. And I'm going to do that on the rest of my nails, and when I'm done, I'm going to top coat with my favorite top coat, which is Sally Hansen. Dries instantly. And when then I'm going to come back with pictures of the finished manicure after I've had a chance to clean it up. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. And again, if you'll just keep the people of my state in your prayers, I would really appreciate it. Y'all have a great week.